Ông cứ ông cứ từ từ đi. 6 tháng nữa này.
Cảm ơn bạn Quang nhé.
Cái gì đấy? Sao thi thoảng ơ
Chúc bạn xem stream vui vẻ. Tôi đang chơi một cái game này là cái gì? Lịch. Công này là sao? Kéo đến khi nào mà dừng?
cứ kéo thôi.
Kéo đi, đến khi nào nó bảo stop. Đến khi nào bạn stop. Kéo đi. Kéo đi, đúng rồi.
Below most appealing to you. Là cái đéo gì?
Phi Anh ơi.
Hả?
Thực sự nhá, là tôi chơi trò này tầm 2-3 lần rồi.
Nhưng
mà tôi chưa bao giờ có nhiều những thứ như này đâu.
Thế à? Đi coi.
Cái này là những cái ngẫu nhiên của game. Như hôm trước ấy, ông cũng vào đoạn này đúng không?
Tôi cũng vào.
Nó chỉ hỏi ông mỗi giờ thôi đúng không?
Confirm đi.
Uầy, bạn Quang ơi, có thể nào bạn cho tôi xin một follow không? Cảm ơn bạn rất nhiều.
Có khi là Quang ấy. Đấy.
Quang kia là
Chào Quang.
Quang kia là Nguyễn Hữu mà. Đây là Quang Đỗ. Bạn
Đỗ
Quang.
Người ta đổi họ rồi mà.
Ôi kìa, sao nói thế? What is time anyway? Đéo, cứ yes thôi. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Không, chưa nói đéo gì. Nói hết rồi. Giúp. Giúp.
Dị phết. Cái đoạn này dị phết.
Nó dài vãi ở đấy. Vãi rồi chưa bắt đầu game luôn.
Đâu đi bạn, thử xem.
Đây, vào thôi.
Ui, dị. Không, đoạn này rất dị đấy.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Bạn xem lại cái đoạn đầu đấy.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Còn một trò hack não nữa cơ.
Number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have
Tức là trong cái công ty của thằng này là mỗi một nhân viên là một phòng riêng à? Nó có đánh số à?
As though he had been paid exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived.
Ông đã từ từ nhá, tôi sẽ giải thích qua cho ông về game này nhá.
Call a meeting or even say hi.
Đây là game phiêu lưu, game hành động. Cái ông Stanley này chính là người làm ở game luôn.
Ủa, vậy là kết
Nhưng mà khi ông chơi ấy, thì ông sẽ vừa là Stanley nhưng mà vừa không phải Stanley.
Hiểu. Đoạn đấy thì biết thôi.
Ông sẽ phải lựa chọn này. Và ông sẽ trở nên bất lực trước cái sự lựa chọn này.
Mình sẽ có quyền lựa chọn đúng không?
Đoạn đầu đi. Trò chơi sẽ chơi ông, chứ không phải ông chơi.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Không cần đi tắt màn hình đâu.
Thế à? Đợi tí. Cho tôi 1 giây.
Về stream.
Thì để cho nó ấy luôn đi, nó kịp thời gian. Không xem thì nó bị chậm mất mấy giây.
Nhưng Mel có xem đâu mà. miêu toàn lực.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Cái
he
cửa này khóa lại
entered
luôn
the
à?
door on his left.
Đi đâu mà này.
Tức là bây giờ nó bảo mình chọn bên trái đúng không?
Nhưng mà ông làm như nào là tùy ông.
À thế à? Ok nhá.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all.
Thế cái lời dẫn chuyện kiểu nó thở dài ấy,
Immaculate,
phải cứt.
beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood
Ông này dẫn chuyện hay mà.
taking it all in.
Uống nước à?
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously
Đi
vanished,
thôi.
here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Cái địt con mẹ.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Đấy, tùy ông. Đi thẳng vào dễ.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Cái trò ghê, ông không cần thiết phải làm theo dẫn chuyện đâu.
À thế à?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Tức là nó là
He
kiểu
wanted to
muốn làm đéo gì thì làm à?
and get even
Ừ.
further off track.
Ông thấy mọi việc ông làm này, dẫn chuyện nó đều sẽ nói này. Nó là một câu chuyện qua lời dẫn chuyện của ông.
From here it's
Thằng này như kiểu
left.
tự nói chuyện với mình nhỉ?
Thế nên ông vừa là Stanley vừa không phải Stanley mà.
Đây thì đéo có đường khác để đi rồi.
Oh no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Cái đi cái con mẹ. Game.
Cậu
Đi con mẹ.
No.
Cái đi con mẹ.
Not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Nghĩ cái đéo gì?
Oh dear,
Từ từ.
for a minute.
Lật sấy à, đi cái con mẹ.
Let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right.
Vậy kết rồi.
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely
Hay không?
definitely
Hay vãi cả đái ra.
Cày thế nhở? Đây là một cái xe à? Đừng cụt rồi. Tối thế.
Không nhiều giải đồ lắm đâu.
Ui.
No.
Cái đéo
This
gì đây?
isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back.
Đây là cái camera theo dõi tất cả nhân viên à?
Rubbish.
Có một số
The whole story completely unusable.
bị fire.
Sa thải.
Rather than
sa
waste
thải.
our time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
104 bị sa thải.
From the top.
Ây à? Đi con mẹ. Tôi đi đến cái chỗ không cần đến rồi à? Nó
Thế
bắt
là
tôi
nó
chơi lại
bắt
từ
ông-
đầu.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Thế nên tôi bảo trò chơi thì nó sẽ chơi ông mà. Chứ không phải ông chơi trò chơi đâu.
Cày thế nhở? Cái chỗ đấy là cái chỗ mà thì phải đáng lẽ là cuối cùng mình sẽ đến đúng không? Và bây giờ mình lại đến cái bệ thế.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I
cái trò này
definitely
thật béo trước
restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
Thì game của béo mà.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monsters?
Lú không?
Did you
Lú
move
quá
the
rồi.
story somewhere or a... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Cái đi con mẹ.
Just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then.
Nó đang thực sự nói chuyện với ông ấy.
Come Stanley, let's find the story.
Bố mày đéo đi đường đấy đấy. Ui, nhiều đường thế. Nó mở con mẹ hết ở cửa này.
Trò chơi là chơi ông rồi, ông đừng để trò chơi là chơi ông.
Đi mẹ làm kiểu đéo gì giờ. Tại vì về cơ bản tôi vẫn chưa hình dung ra được cái tòa nhà này nó như nào.
Không, cái trò nó như thế, ông chỉ việc đi thôi. Cái trò nó như thế đấy.
Ủa, đi phải cứ đi như này à? Ơi à, như kiểu vừa đi qua cái chỗ này rồi ấy nhở?
I'll say it. This is the
Huh?
worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Ơ cái đít con
I
mẹ.
find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Đít con mẹ. Cái trò lồn này.
Không. Lại tiếp.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bực đấy, đi vậy. Ôi à,
Okay, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
nó
It's
có cái
possible
cửa
the
là
story
đi.
is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Quay lại kìa.
Cái gì?
Đấy, đi ngược lại, đi ngược lại. Ông có thấy cửa nào mở thì ông làm.
Cửa vẫn đóng.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The
Lạ không?
story.
Lạ vãi rồi.
Cái đường này đéo phải là cái đường về phòng của nó mà. Nó là cái đường về phòng của nó nhưng mà đây đéo phải là phòng của nó. Ơ. Đi con mẹ một vòng rồi.
Never mind, not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Cái địt con mẹ mày. Ui vãi ở lìn cái đéo gì đây.
Cái trò này lú lắm ạ.
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I
Chứ còn đéo gì
can't
à?
quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Bố mày đéo biết.
Do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Ơ cái đi kia con.
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh no. I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Cái địt con mẹ.
Đúng không?
Ui.
Lú vãi.
All right.
Giờ sẽ đi Parable.
This time,
Cái
to
địt
make
cái
sure
con
we
mẹ.
get I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Nó cho một cái đường line như này luôn.
How simple is that?
Địt con mẹ mày. Mày định làm đéo gì bố mày.
Game dễ thương với cả đấy ra.
He knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though,
Đi kiểu này.
here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a
lên mãi này.
story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is
Bố mày
inevitably
vào đây làm cái đéo gì.
being via the very manifestation
Đi
of
con
the
mẹ mẹ con
nature
chịu
of
đấy
life
rồi.
itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit
Đây
weird
phòng
back
số
there.
6 à.
Well, I'd like to apologize. I'm not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Cái địt con mẹ. Nhạc trêu với cả lìn ấy thề. Cay thế nhở?
Tròi nó trêu mà, tròi nó trêu mà.
Go back and look at that fern.
Có bách kìa.
Stanley, this fern
Đấy, đấy.
will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Cái bucket analytics là cái đéo gì?
Nhớ thôi đã. Nhiều lắm.
Nhớ thế đó được hết cả rồi.
Thì cứ đi thôi.
Hết đường rồi. Vẫn là quay lại chỗ này. Cái game cay thế nhở? Ui game này mà làm một gậy thì ngáo vãi cực cứt ạ.
We're back at the office. No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story?
Nó tự nói chuyện với game ấy.
Is ringing a bell?
Không, có trò ngáo hơn một gậy của ông cơ.
Đéo gì?
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore.
Thằng lại có một thằng ở đây bị sa thải này. Ôi da. Đi còn mày. Đâu có đường khác à?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Cái
We're
đi con vậy.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Thì là cái thằng tạo ra game này nó nói lắm vãi lìn ấy, nói kiểu khó chịu ấy.
Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story
đéo gì
to
đây?
be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley.
Địt con mẹ đi một vòng vậy luôn ạ. Áo vãi lìn.
Đi thôi.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Phê quá, thì phê quá.
Phải cực phức ạ.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important
Vậy là lìn được kiểm soát nữa, bố mày chắc không?
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Đi con.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means
Đi
that
đây.
somewhere,
Đéo
the
đi.
place where we're trying to
Tôi có quyền lực lựa chọn mà.
must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination
cay. Thế nhở?
corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Đâu có cửa khác à? Bố mẹ đéo định
Không.
cửa đấy. Giờ
Có
con siêu
confusing ending.
đi con vậy.
Nhưng mà nếu mà ông không để ý thì đây là tất cả những cái ending của nó.
Ui 6 lần restart, 2 lần, 5 lần restart.
Đi tiếp đi bạn.
Không, nó có chỗ nào đi nữa.
Hold on, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's
Đi vậy sau một thời gian dài Stanley chết mẹ luôn ạ.
So now, according to the schedule, I
God,
restart
man.
again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
The office now, the office now.
Who consulted me?
Thì nó rất mấy lần rồi nhỉ?
To decide.
Đéo nhớ được.
What is saying all
Cái gì
this?
cơ đấy?
Hình như phải 5 lần rồi.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be.
Phim restart kìa.
Restarting.
Đâu, phim restart rồi đấy.
What's going on? I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the
Ơ cái đéo gì đây?
stopped? Does that mean did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule?
Mẹ mình
How
hết
would we
lừa vậy.
even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Thở dài à?
Guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is
Thực ra
about
nếu
the
mà
journey
ông
and
hiểu
not
tiếng
the
Anh một tí nữa thì ông sẽ thấy trò nó hay vãi lìn.
destination. That's where
Cái đoạn nói chuyện này nó hay ấy.
We'll
Tôi
find
hiểu.
out, won't we?
Thế là mình vẫn cần
Well,
Việt
in the
hóa chứ
meantime,
mà.
if you
Địt con mẹ mày.
Ông chưa kịp nói chuyện xong.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nó quay lại từ đầu à? Đây này.
when Stanley came to a set of two open
Đúng rồi, đây là
doors.
quay lại từ
He
đầu rồi.
entered the door on his left.
Lúc ấy mình chọn phải đúng không? Mình bây giờ sẽ chọn trái. Xem nó có khác gì không.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
Ra bên
decided
phía
to
bên
go
kia ông
on
vẫn
with
còn một đường
his
chưa đi mà.
office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Nhưng mà thôi.
Tôi đều nhớ. tôi đều nhớ.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Bố mày đéo đi lên nữa. Đi lên trước rồi.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Bị lừa rồi, đi vậy. Cảm giác đi như ở một cái vòng lặp vậy.
He began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did
Nhìn xuống kìa.
automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream.
Được vậy này.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Ủa sao tự nhiên lại bay vậy?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun. And Stanley woke,
Cái đéo gì đây?
still not woken up.
Đi tiếp đi.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Đéo phải, vẫn là con đường đấy
Why
mà.
is there a voice in my head dictating everything that
Đéo
I'm
đi nữa.
thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice
Thật sự ạ.
describing me,
Like quanh quanh.
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Ông còn lúc ông xem ông có thấy khác so với lần trước ông chơi không?
Có.
Thế vậy tại sao nó lại hỏi nhiều thế nhỉ?
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Đoạn này cũng nói nhiều hơn nữa.
Explain all that. This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just, he would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
Không, ông không phải là người đang chơi đâu.
Hiểu.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Kiểu cái game này nó mang đến một cái trải nghiệm hơn đi. Là chơi game.
Chuyện nhiều hơn. Ông nghe cuộc thảo luận nói chuyện nhiều hơn.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Cái đéo này. Cái đi con vậy.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Cái địt con vậy. Bực cái hệ lìn này.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Ơ dạ?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Cái địt.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Chết con mẹ rồi.
She soon turned to go call for an ambulance. For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down blankly.
Bạn buồn ngủ à?
And then she turned and ran.
Cái nữa.
Bye bạn. Mẹ. Thế là hết game à? Cái địt.
Nếu mà ông đọc lúc nãy thì 8 lần đấy.
Thì là thời chết đúng không? Nó có nhiều cái kết khác nhau đúng không?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Đấy, cái trò nó
decided
cứ
to
thế này
go to
thôi.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nốt một lần này nữa nhá. Nếu mà nó đi ra một cái kết nào đấy thì phải. Đấy là cái kết là 8 lần đúng không? Để phải.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Giờ tôi sẽ đi đường khác này.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Cái này đã mở.
Chỉ cửa nào mở thì ông mới đi được thôi.
Ồ, cái này tôi chưa vào. Money is in the morning. Kiểu như vậy. Cái phòng kia lần trước tôi vào thử rồi. Lên trên xem nào. Đi về nhà khó chịu đấy, sao dùng đấy. Thằng này nó hát rồi. Dung vậy này, nó cứ đi mãi thế à? Đi con mẹ. Bực vãi lìn ạ thề. Nó chỉ đi vào rung như thế xong rồi nó lại đi ra.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Đoạn này chưa đi tiếp đúng không?
Đoạn này lần trước tôi mới chỉ đi đến đây thôi. Đi vào cái thang máy này. Ấn đi xuống. Xong cái đoạn này là bởi vì đều có sub đấy mà tôi thoát à.
Không phải.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door of the red mind control facility.
Chết đít con vậy. Đi con mẹ vào đây đi. Sợ quá.
Rất cầu.
Lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley.
Cái chỗ lần trước mình đi ở tít trên cao
Did he
kìa.
have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
601.
Tôi lại tìm ra được một cái game để cho ông chơi à?
Good ạ.
Đấy, ông sẽ có 3 game to recommend.
Có một cái màn hình nhiễu là 234 rồi.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the control. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you
Mẹ
enslaved
nó có on
all
vào
these years,
ông
you
bật
go
con
and
mẹ
try
lên
to
ạ.
take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off.
Ờ.
But what precious moments each
Chạy đến đây à hay chạy bên này nhỉ?
more time to talk
Tôi
about
không biết, cái này ông phải tự...
where we're going.
Nó
What
khóa
all
con
this
mẹ lại
means,
rồi.
I barely know where to start. What's that?
Đoạn
You'd
này
like
ông
to
có
know
gặp
where
bao giờ
your
chưa?
coworkers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Không phải.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm
Dạ,
going
tay số
to put
4
some
à? Số
extra
4 trên kia.
time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Nó lại quay lại thời gian gì
What's
á?
the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen.
Thế nó biết ông đang làm gì đấy không?
Every little thing in this
Đi
room.
con.
These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe
chịu
this
thế.
big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Kìa, tìm cái gì màu đỏ, tìm cái nút màu đỏ
This
kìa.
video game can be beaten. One solved. Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Cái địt con vậy.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But
Bên
here's the
phải,
spoiler for
à
you.
bên trái kìa.
The timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds
Đéo ấn
ticking
được.
away to your death. You're only still playing
không được
instead of
à?
watching
Đi
the
phải
cutscene.
làm
I wanna
nào?
watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you...
Goodbye em Lloyd. 427 đừng phải là mình đấy đúng không?
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
Cái địt con vậy đéo có ending gì ở đây mà. Nổ con mẹ ra từng mảnh.
Peacefully. Another choice. Make it count. Or dead. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in
Ui, dùng vãi
until the
lồn.
moment I say happily ever after.
Đấy là giây cuối cùng mà mình nhớ.
Ừ. Dị không? Game dị không? Game dị vãi rồi ạ.
Game vãi cả lìn.
Đấy, nhưng mà có trò dễ hiểu hơn trò đấy. Mà trò đấy không cần sub.
All of his coworkers were gone.
Ừ.
What could it mean?
Nào, chúng ta lại
Stanley
lên
decided to go
đam
to
nha.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Nhưng mà
memo.
thôi để ngày mai được không? Để vậy tôi chơi mà cái game kiểu như này bây giờ tôi ngáo vãi cả lìn này. Quên game.